Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for my tutorial on Python. Basically today what we're going to do is we're just going to create a function that takes in a user input, and after it takes in that user input, it's going to break it down, and then it's going to reverse all the words in that user input. And this user input could be a word, it could be a sentence, a phrase, it could be a whole book. It doesn't matter. So before I go into the code, I want to kind of give you a little demonstration of what it does, so that you would have a better understanding of what that function does. Okay, so I'm gonna run it. Okay, so I'm going to type in a sentence. Okay, so I typed in the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and when we run it, we get this language right here. It's really hard to read because it's all backwards, but by looking at the first word, for instance, the becomes EHT, and quick becomes KCIUQ, and the whole thing goes on until the last word. So basically what my function does is, again, it takes it in, and then it reverts or reverse all the words. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to the code and see how we did this. Okay, so the first thing again we need to do is create the function, and this function is going to have one parameter that's going to be sentences. So sentence basically is what the user puts in, and once we do that, we'll go inside and we're going to make it return all of this right now. So what this is, for instance, what sentence dot split, what it does is basically the user input is going to be broken down into whatever amount of individual words that are going to be in there. And once it does that, this little piece of code over here, what it does is basically reverses each word. So the THE becomes EHT. So this code right here, that's what it does. So first we split the whole thing, then over here we reverse each word, and then we use join over here to reassemble the whole line, or what the user input. So once we do this, once we run all of this, we're gonna get a function that's gonna be that actually works. And after we do that, after we create the function, we're just going to ask the user to put in their sentence, and after that we're just going to print out what this function returns over here. We're going to call it, and then we're going to make it return what it does. So that's fairly simple, easy, but a very useful piece of code, and it took me a little bit to kind of get and figure it out. But once you do it, once you figure out a code, you'll never forget it. Thank you very much.